Today, I'm going to show you how to hand stitch a slip stitch. This skill is great if you need to hem something and you don't want to see any stitches on the outside. Real quick, before we get started, I want to let you guys know that I now have online sewing classes. And if you haven't checked out my sewing club yet, make sure you do. We've got patterns and tutorials. We even started a Discord for our sewing community. There's a link down below. Now on to the slip stitch. The first thing you need to do is thread your needle. And I have a video out there if you don't know how to do this, how to thread a needle the easiest way ever. So check that out. So I've already ironed up my hem. So I've ironed it under 1/4 and then I've ironed it up 1 inch. So the first thing you want to do is iron the hem of your project. First thing we want to do is take our needle and go right in the crease of this fold for the 1/4 inch. The easiest thing to do to start is just pull it back, stick your needle into that crease and push it out. So now my knot is hiding in that crease. So what we want to do is take one little fiber of the fabric right where we came out. And now what we're going to do is go right back into that fold. And you're going to run the needle along that fold about 1/2 inch. Go ahead and pull that. So we've got our first little slip stitch in there. Now we're going to keep repeating this. So this is where I came out. So this is where I'm going into the fabric, and we're just going to take one fiber of the fabric there and go ahead and pull your thread. And now we're going to go right back into that fold as close as we can. Come down at 1/2 inch and then pop back out your needle. So we're going to continue this process down so you can see how we're starting to get these little specks of thread here on the outside, but the majority of the thread is under this fold here. So you can kind of see this teal thread through the fold here. I use this contrasting color so that way you could see it. Obviously, when you're doing this, use a matching color. So I've popped out of that fold. So now we're gonna go into the single layer, take one little fiber, and then pop back into that fold. Come down about 1/2 inch and pop back out. Go ahead and pull your thread. So you can really see this design and pattern that's starting to happen. And if we flip it over to the outside, you can see that you get just a little speck there. And that is also why you want to use a matching thread. So that way, if you do take a little bit of a bigger speck, you're not going to notice it. But you can see it's essentially invisible. There's no stitches on the outside of the garment. So let's do one more slip stitch. So we're going to take one fiber from the single layer, and then we're going to pop right back into that crease, that fold, come out 1/2 inch down, and then pop out. And this stitch is that easy to create, and you're just going to work your way all the way along whatever it is you need to hem. And when you get to your end and you're ready to tie it off, I want you to just take one little fiber of the outside, go through the fold here, and remember you're going to be using matching thread. Before you fully pull that, I want you to take your needle, put it through the loop there, and then pull. And it's going to give you a nice secure knot, and then you can just cut that off. And that's how we slip stitch. And if you enjoyed the video on how to slip stitch, make sure you like and subscribe to Sew Anastasia. It really helps out the channel a lot. Thanks so much for watching today. If you guys have any questions, leave it down below in the comments and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. And if you're in Chicago, come on into the design studio right behind me and take some sewing classes with me in person. And if you're not here, that's okay. We've got them online too. Links for everything are down below. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.